Fahren walks up, mead in hand, and offers Ash the bottle. I'm sorry for your loss. We could never know our crowns would have infected a sacred tree. His face stern yet apologetic. Had we known, we would have never buried them here. His face turning to the scars in the tree. Ash takes the bottle and takes a strong drink. I mean, in all honesty, it's not really my loss, though it is sad. I'm sure since you guys were apparently the kings here, it made sense to bury what the blacksmith made you here. But you don't have any ancestors under the tree, do you? Fahren shakes his head. No, we have no ancestors buried here. Only ever had friends buried. So I'm confused about your bastard title. Fahren strokes his beard. Now that the hectic infection has calmed down, maybe you can explain it to me? I only heard tidbits of rambling during all the chaos. Ash sighs and takes another drink. It's a long, old story. She hands you a piece of paper with writing on it, telling of the story. To sum it up, some man got a woman pregnant on the island. She never told us who. But when the bastard son tried to pull from the tree, it poisoned it. That means in the entire time of the island, the other ancestor of his isn't under the tree. The mother's ancestors were. She was from this tribe. After that, we became the bastard line, the descendants from the bastard son. So, because his father isn't under the tree, all of our blood is believed to have the same poison effect on the tree. So, while we have mothers and fathers, sure, we are known as the bastard line. She pulls out a piece of paper where is drawn the large family tree of Skaney. The branch where Ash and her family stem from is black, even though there are still names on the leaves. We continue to grow. We just grow in the dark, I guess. Fahren shows signs of obvious confusion. So, do we just need a name, or will the father need to be buried here? Ash looks up at Fahren. Are you sure you're a king of here? What do you think because his father isn't under the tree means? She looks Fahren up and down, obviously displeased with this king. Look, we've been absent for hundreds of years. I'm just trying to figure out how to help you, if you even want it. Fahren spreads his arms, gesturing around. Do we just start exhuming bodies and burying them here? Are we sure the father is even dead? You druids can prolong your lives. Fahren calms himself. Look, Ash, I'm sorry for frightening you during our first meeting. I was convinced you controlled the infected. Wasn't going to kill you, just hold you hostage. I'd like to help you at least figure out your bloodline's father. Fahren sits beside Ash. I'd have to have some idea of who he was. What say we do a bit of blood work? Ash raises one eyebrow. How would I know if the father is alive or dead? I obviously don't know who he is. Ash gestures at herself, pointing out she's only 25 years of age. I'm not some old lady mother song singer who knows everything. I've been exiled since before I was born. I don't know if this random dude is dead, alive, of this world, a peasant, a king, mortal, fate. We have no clue. Ash huffs. What kind of blood work are you even thinking? I'm a blood mage. Or was before magic was ripped from this plane. But your crystal magic still works, it seems. Maybe we can tap into that. Use what I know and just translate and combine it with what you know? Fahren stares off, finger wiping the blood from his forehead that's dripping from the crown. I need my magic, he mumbles to himself. We only had enough magic to spark an ancient amulet and start up the power that was already in it. And that took the entire Skaney people doing a ritual for a small spark. She gestured over to the small wisps of mist around the tree. Unless you know something I don't, magic hasn't fully returned to the known world yet. Well then shit. He looks at his blood-covered fingertips. What about diviners? He shouts as the idea hits. Everyone who pledged to me gave a drop of their blood in the making of this crown. I hate to tell you, those people probably aren't around anymore. If this father existed in the time before the cataclysm and during the crowning of the twin kings, his blood would be in my crown. He starts to ponder to himself. We can trace her blood for any overlapping memories with the blood in my crown, which could give me a general idea of who he was. As if talking to himself, he continues on, though I doubt that will even work with how magic isn't even around out here. We might have to wait for the mist to open back up, and I'm sure it'll pull me back in again. Got that table nonsense to figure out, and I love a good puzzle, especially if it brings back. Fahren realized he trailed off and forgot Ash was there next to him and stops talking. Sorry. He stands. If you have any inklings of ideas, just let me know. I got an appointment with an elf and don't want to be late. He smirks. I hope we can figure this mystery out, Ash. Until then, he bows his head. Ash looks at the mead given to her, wondering if there's anything else put into it. Yeah, maybe. A bit of blood could maybe do something, but you'd probably have to work with Elias if it's something about blacksmithing. The old ways of magic have been gone for over 400 years. I'd have to do a lot more research for anything. Good luck meeting with your elf. Yep. Talk to that friend. See what we can do, he says while walking away. Now, which house did I leave him in? He asks himself while looking around.